For more than 127 hours, he captured our curiosity.
And I was like, you're kidding me.
Hanging 150 feet above the ground.
I just can't believe that he's still up there.
Tonight, the first step that ended the 6-day standoff.
When I seen him get in that bucket, I just started jumping and screaming and thanking the Lord. Almost cried.
And the retired negotiator that didn't give up.
2 steps forward, maybe sometimes 3, 4 back, and just...
Until he was down safely.
It's just a matter of being patient.
We have live team coverage of the rescue, his condition, and what's next. It was indeed a nail-biting 60 seconds as William Sturdivant took a ride off of a 300-foot tower. His shaky body stood for mere seconds before immediately being placed on a stretcher and taken to Hillcrest Hospital. The move ended the 127-hour, 40-minute standoff with police. We do have team coverage about it tonight of the rescue and his current condition. We begin with Fox 23's Adam Paluca, who is in our parking lot at 27th and Memorial. Adam?
On Fox 23 News right now.
Whoa, that's violent.
State of emergency. A vicious line of storms blows through Oklahoma.
We got 2, 3, oh!
A small town swallowed, homes destroyed, a school flattened.
I would just tell her to hang on, baby, hang on, baby, hang on.
Rescuers are calling it a nightmare.
Guys, I'm scared.
A small town now picking up the pieces.
And we hope to come back bigger and better than we ever were.
Confirmed tornadoes spin through Oklahoma. The town of Tushka in Atoka County was ground zero. Governor Mary Fallin will tour the damage tomorrow. Meantime, a state of emergency in 26 Oklahoma counties. Many of those counties right here in northeastern Oklahoma.
This was a great example, honestly, of people getting the warning they needed. There are 2 deaths, and we don't want to underplay that. 2 elderly sisters died in this. It could have been much, much worse.
It could have been a lot worse because the lead time on this was 1 hour and 8 minutes, which, I don't know if I've ever heard of that long of a lead time before, but folks had plenty of time to get to their shelters, and that's what a lot of people did do. They had plenty of lead time on this one. So, in fact, this shelter right behind this debris pile here, this is where a lot of people were piled in up to... Wow, we've got, if you heard that just now, we've got some debris that's beginning to kind of settle. We've got some winds. I wanted to mention that too. The wind has gusted today during clear weather up to 42 miles an hour, and right now it's out of the northwest at about 20 miles an hour, gusting a little higher than that, so we even have to be careful around these debris piles because the wind is kind of tending to blow those a little bit too.
We sure do. Michael, thank you. I want to walk you over this way for a second. This was the big piece that just fell behind us, and Aaron, it's a long way to shoot. We may not be able to see it, but up here at the top, you can see a metal pipe that's just precariously hanging there. It's been swinging back and forth in the wind. They're having to be very careful. If that thing falls and hits somebody, it's going to do some damage. And welcome back to our live coverage from Tushka, Oklahoma. I'm Clay Loney. We really didn't plan to come back to you anymore, but we had to show you this quickly. Look back here. We have been out here all day long, and we had not seen this old Chevy truck covered in bricks. He's busy taking the bricks off of it and hauling it away. It was completely buried, and the bricks, turn to your right, from the old school. See where it just collapsed on this side? It just fell all down on top of this truck, flattening it, absolutely flattening it. So it's too heavy. It's too heavy for him to be hauling away. So he's taking the bricks off 2 by 2. The tailgate's on top too. And the tailgate. I don't know what this is doing up there. Did you throw this tailgate up here? It ended up there somehow on its own. How did it do it? Because these fell down and the wind was whipping around. This was just a mangled truck. Again, to put in perspective the force of what went through here last night.
On Fox 23 News right now.
It is a snow emergency, a Goliath storm bringing record-breaking snow. Oklahomans preparing for the worst.
We're encouraging people to stay at home, not to get out if they don't have to.
Ice and snow could bring transportation to a screeching halt. Flights in and out of Tulsa International already canceled.
I wouldn't anticipate a full flight schedule to be back to normal till Thursday or Friday.
Schools are closed, shelters are open, and tonight, a warning to just stay home.
If you have sick days or personal days saved up, this is a good time to use them.
I have 6 kids, so yeah, it's going to be a mess.
All right, before the first flake had even fallen, the governor had declared a state of emergency, a winter storm, possibly of historic proportions, marching across the country, bearing down on Oklahoma. We begin our team coverage tonight at 10 with Chief Meteorologist James Adelot. James, it looks like things will be going downhill pretty fast. All right, Abby, thanks. So since the blizzard blew, and I've had this big old pillow and a blanket in my truck along with some essential supplies, water, that kind of thing, just in case, right? Little did I know this pillow would come in handy today, and not to put my head on. For many, this was a day when cabin fever really set in.
It doesn't take long when you're snowed in to start going stir crazy.
We never get stuck like this in Minnesota.
Stuck with no snow shovel. So Bill and Hillary Counts decided to give cookie sheets a try. Shows the measures some are willing to go to put the blizzard behind them and get out of the house.
We're going a little crazy. Give us something to do.
You could see people all over green country venturing out. A number of them, though, regretting it. And not just because they ruined perfectly good cookie sheets. These Tulsans found themselves stuck on the BA Expressway near Mingo.
Yeah.
Now, if the Counts could pull out a cookie sheet, I could pull out a pillow.
I didn't think I'd be using a pillow for this. Okay, so when I get close,
Let it go.
yeah, without your fingers.
With my son Ross playing videographer with my cell phone, we first tried to gently push them out from the front.
Keep coming.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
One more. Stop.
Oh.
There you go. Now go ahead.
Okay, see if we can push now.
Wait, God, they want to get back there.
Okay, hey, you don't want to go anymore.
That wasn't going to work. Plus, that little car was stuck in too much snow.
So removing the snow from underneath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just bottomed out. She's a little low.
After plenty of shoveling and repositioning my pillow at the back of the car, we prayed and prepared to gun it.
Okay, you're good, you're good.
Now you touch it.
Now you're touching.
Oh.
Got it for it a little bit.
Okay, what you didn't see there is we actually got him out. I need a new pillow now, though.
This is a special edition of Fox 23 News at 10. On Fox 23 News right now.
It happened again.
Another plane crash. Another devastating loss for Oklahoma State University.
Was struggling. It was spitting and sputtering.
It's our worst nightmare.
The reality of 4 lives lost, sinking in deeper. The OSU family grieving.
This is life or death, and then sadly it's death.
The Cowgirls head coach and his longtime assistant gone, along with 2 distinguished alumni.
Well, I don't think the ache ever goes away.
Tonight, questions remain, but one thing we know for sure.
God and the Cowboys.
There are so many ways to show school spirit, and those ways are being shown here tonight at Oklahoma State University. Earlier today, there was mourning. Tonight, it's more celebratory. It's more of a let's come together for our team as they play inside here on the screens here at Eskimo Joe's. This is where a lot of the students come here just off campus, showing support for their team, showing support for each other, being there, because there's only so much, if you've ever experienced the loss, you know this. You can grieve and you grieve, but at certain points you gotta step back and say, and that's what they're doing tonight. It's kind of a collective sigh that we're seeing inside Eskimo Joe's. We're providing team coverage for you tonight. Not one person can handle this. It's Nathan Thompson and Ian Silver talking to students on campus, talking to university officials and coaches. You're going to be hearing much more of that. We're also going to be in Arkansas with the latest on what's going on there. Of course, that is where the plane went down. We leave you tonight with some final images on this very difficult day.
It's our worst nightmare.
It was terrible. It was a terrible crash.
He was a great basketball coach, but he was a better husband and a better dad and a better friend. He will not be forgotten. He will never be replaced. And I love the man.
Well, I don't think the ache ever goes away. But there's nothing easy. Right now, it's a lot of hugs and a lot of tears.
And as a Cowboy Nation, come together and have faith in ourselves, God, and the Cowboys.